Hello, welcome to the second part of the Pandora in-depth tutorial. This time I decided to take a completely different game from last time, and I'm not going to continue that game. Why I chose this game here is because it is well suited to show some city specialization and management. Um, the screen where you do this mostly is the economy screen. As you can see, we have uh, 4 cities here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I thought I had 5 cities. I'm a little bit puzzled, but this is because I lost this one in the last war against Hyde. Currently there's peace, and I was not sure if I should continue going to war, because as we will see, this city has 370 worth of units, and they are pretty strong, and I am technologically a little bit behind. And but I got this and this city from him. So I have 4 cities, and managing the cities correctly is an important task in this game, and very deciding in how well you fare. So what is to note is that this city, Morgan Antimatter, which also happens to be my capital, is the city that has an observatory. So ideally you do not want to have this city to commit to production, and instead to research. As we can see, we have one worker. It's an alibi worker, I would say, so that at least something gets produced. In case I forget it, everything is locked but the science. I'm using some miners because I do not have a whole lot of mining capabilities elsewhere, and I'm also making use of this tile. Other than that, I'm using full scientists. The tile improvements, as you can see, I still have some farms which I built earlier before I conquered this city, and this city now is specialized to farming mostly. There's an unused farm still, and I could even increase the farming if the need arises. So in this city, as we can see, we have 5 farmers, 4 workers. So why is this 4 workers? The thing is, I tried to use, I have no production bonus in the other cities. So what I ideally want to do is to use as few workers as possible, but use up all minerals and not create pollution at the same time. So as we can see, here we have 1 pollution, and I will check the other cities to see if there's still capacity. Here we have negative pollution, which means we have pollution capacity. I will use 1 guy of here and reduce it here, so I now have no pollution here in the city anymore, and I do not have pollution here either. Earlier I built some of these improvements here, purifiers, but I stopped building purifiers to maximize the production once I got these cities, because I do have enough population to produce to use as workers in different cities, so not all production has to be done here. If I had the xenite flowers, let me search for a xenite flower in the territory of the enemies. Here we have one. Deep passages from the hive has the xenite flowers, so I'm pretty sure that the hive is also producing mostly in this city, and the others are more used for stuff like science. Let me toggle this. Actually, this city is also used for production because it also has xenite flowers and a construction bay on top of it. So let's check the other cities. Yeah, mostly they have suburbs, and here, for example, we have a field laboratory because he felt he probably is mostly doing research in this city. as I'm doing in this one. I also have mostly suburbs and farms. I can later replace the farms with something else, but there's more important things to do. For example, removing these fungi. The city is about to max out on tiles obtained. This will happen at size 37, and the fungi were left to expand to last. So yeah, I think there's not so much else to talk about. As you can see, no other cities. Wait, this city I think is also using one farmer because it has this farm here. And one thing that might be mentionable as well is that I could reduce my production in order to get more science. That is very obvious. This city is using science exclusively, which makes sense because of the observatory, but I could also do research in the other cities. Here I'm doing a little bit of research because my this is where the pollution would, let's see, if I did it like this, I had pollution which would lower my morale, and I would have to reduce taxes to cope with it, but I don't have to because I have other cities where I also can produce. So let's put the scientists back, and if I wanted to churn out more research, I could do this, but I also at the same time do not want to fall back too far in military. That's why I'm producing a lot of units all the time in all of my cities that are not capped. So as you can see, I haven't built the pollution processor here yet because I didn't need it so far. I could, even if I would, if the city would grow, I still have capacity over here, so I wouldn't necessarily build it right now. Vendor apartments are also not required, as well as the physics laboratory, because I have only one scientist and it isn't worth to build for one scientist. So what I will do is continue to build units. These are currently my best counter to what the opponent builds. Height, as we can see here, they build ships with cannons. They are not very good against infantry, and I have the tier 2 infantry and he doesn't seem to have it as well. So in this city, yeah, I'm pretty much not building something different because I can just need a lot of these units. And yeah, I will shortly go into what to build as a tile improvement. And as I said, the tile improvements, I don't know if I said it, there's a, no, I didn't talk about it at all, so I will do it now and make it part of this tutorial. The highest priority for any city over the size of 8, and let's have a look, all my cities are over the size of 8, is, this is not a fixed value, this is a roundabout rule of thumb. Like in all cities that are bigger than 8, you will want to make sure that you have nothing that causes negative morale. As we can see, pollution is fine, we have negative pollution, and habitat is also fine. We have positive habitat. As soon as we have too little of that, we will generate negative morale, and fighting this is always the most efficient thing to do. So what is the most efficient thing to do here? I want to reduce the count of workers that I need to create to use up all my minerals, and since I have no pollution, what I want to do is building more of these engineering base, of course only as many as I have workers in the city. There is a priority list in what you could build in case of this. You should always maximize mines first, because they will become a scarce resource unless you have a ton of minerals. Let's see if someone has. Yeah, Terra Salvam probably does not want to prioritize mines. They have the bonus of the hills, and they have the a lot of mines here in the mountains already. So, and they also have this. So they do not necessarily want to prioritize mines. The second priority is farmers. But I do not need more farms. I have enough farms. I have farms here, and I also have farms here, but I do not want to use these farms. So if I'm running out of farms to use, I would build farms here and use people from here as farmers. But then I would also have to build the plant air suspension relays, so screw it, I would probably build the farms here, where I already have this because I'm using this farm. So the next thing then is workers, maximizing their efficiency. You might say, well, does it matter if I use workers or scientists? The thing is, if you have one more worker that produces 3 production, you can, if you have 2 workers with 3 production, it's the same as if you have 3 workers with 2 production, and if you can reduce their count, you can also put one more worker to the scientists, and it's no problem, and the science increases anyways. The thing is that workers generate more pollution. That's why it's more important to reduce the worker count you use than it is to increase the efficiency of your scientists. And the best way to reduce the worker count is to make them more efficient. That's why you should prioritize engineering base over science labs when you pick what to build. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm building a construction bay, as it's called, not engineering bay. So yeah, nothing more to do in this turn, so I will end it. And if nothing too important comes up next turn, I think I will also end this tutorial. So nothing happened, and let's skip another turn. Here we have seen an example. Suburb always higher priority than field lab, because I do not want to go into negative habitat. That's why I build it. And I can already tell, okay, that we can go over here because there's another fungus that I want to remove. And here I have just built another mine, but it is belong to this city. So I could now increase the miner count, and I know that now I do not have any more free production capability in any of these cities other than my capital, which is the science city. So what is better now? Go into the in the positive pollution, which is bad, or spend this extra minerals in the capital. I think I do not have to spend them right away. I will build a purifier in Sogdian Rock, or no, maybe in Morgan Industries because it is closer. Yeah, I will build a purifier here, and then I can use up the minerals. For now I will just make a little stockpile of them, so I will send it here and build a purifier, which will allow me to get 2 to 3 more workers. Production. Let's just continue with these soldiers. Well, I think I explained the most important things about this. Maybe explain it from here. A good idea you can do is to rename your cities. for example, I could say that this is a science city. I just type science behind of it. No of the other cities has something that I have to take care about. They are just regular cities with no percentage specials. Otherwise, I could have called them production. So in the science city, I want to avoid using workers, and I want to stay even with pollution in the normal cities, and in production cities I want to maximize production and most likely not have scientists at all. So yeah, you can do everything from here. You can see how the production, the pollution goes down if I shift the people around. And yeah, but I will not do this because everything already is perfect in the sense that I want to have it. A thing that in this situation where I have a lot more miners and workers combined, and especially a lot of workers, this of course cuts down my research. So I'm currently trying to get the quantum chaos theory in order to increase my research output, but I also should get the intelligent manufacturing to increase the efficiency of my workers, which would allow me to use far less workers and still spend all my minerals. But this would free up a lot of people to become scientists, and would also increase my science output. But currently I'm more concerned with getting this, and after I in case I don't really, well, I also want to get these more advanced units like the Dreadnought and the Demolisher Tank. Dreadnought because this is an archipelago map, and once I'm done with Hyde, which I will attempt to achieve in this game, to kill him, I might want to use the ships, and it's very dangerous to build tanks and attack someone over the sea. So, but that's it, and I will see you next time when I decide to make another tutorial. There's yeah, warfare would still to cover, I think. Last time was starting out, and this time was city management. So maybe diplomacy, but there's not much to do. This guy doesn't want to trade with us. The others already do, or are eliminated. Yeah, but I think that really is it. And goodbye.